Jesus took his final breath. The crowd that had been shouting grew quiet, the sky darkened, the earth shook, and then silence. For the first time since creation, it seemed as if hope itself had died. But what actually happened after Jesus died, right before the resurrection? That question takes us into one of the quietest, most overlooked moments in the Bible. When Jesus died, the gospel writers are clear about one thing: he truly died. His body went limp, the soldiers confirmed it, and the cross that had held the Savior of the world now stood empty. At that exact moment, something extraordinary happened. The curtain inside the temple, the veil separating humanity from God's presence, was torn from top to bottom. This was not caused by human hands. It was a sign. Access to God was no longer blocked. Yet for those watching, it didn't feel like victory. It felt like loss. The centurion standing nearby looked at Jesus and said, "Surely this was the Son of God." But most people didn't understand what they had just witnessed. Jesus' followers were devastated. The disciples scattered. Fear replaced faith. Hope collapsed into grief. They had believed Jesus was the Messiah. Now his body lay lifeless, and heaven offered no explanation. Jesus' body was taken down from the cross and placed in a tomb. A heavy stone was rolled into place. Guards were posted. From the outside, the story appeared finished. This moment, the time between the cross and the resurrection, is often called a day of waiting. Not celebration, not understanding. Waiting. This is where the Bible becomes quiet. There are no speeches, no miracles, no visible movement, just silence. And that silence is important because it reflects something deeply human. What do you do when God seems silent? When the promise appears broken, when the story feels over, that silence is where faith is tested most. The Bible doesn't give us many details about this time, and that is intentional because this moment isn't about action, it's about trust. God was still working, the plan was still unfolding, but no one could see it yet. Sometimes the greatest work God does happens when nothing appears to be happening at all. The resurrection had not yet come. The stone was still sealed, the tomb was still closed, the disciples were still afraid. This moment reminds us that faith does not always come with immediate answers. Sometimes faith is simply believing that the story isn't over, even when it feels like it is. What happened after Jesus died was not defeat. It was not failure. It was the pause before victory, the quiet before resurrection. And that silence reminds us of something powerful. When God seems silent, when hope feels gone, when the story feels finished, it may only be the moment before everything changes.